Speaking of sexy, not longer sophomores, but now we're talking about juniors, third year here in the system. That's Calvin Ridley, who I'm labeling right now the 2020 Chris Godwin. The hype's going to be unreal. Everybody's going to love this guy. He's going to go price out of the world in the round 4, and then he's going to outperform that by 2 to 3 rounds because he's going to be an absolute monster this year. Why is he going to be like Godwin besides seeing a lot of hype, besides being that guy everyone wants? Is the fact that they both are in very pass-happy attacks. Bucs were number 2 last year. The Falcons were number 1, the one team to beat him, and there was tons of vacated volume. We saw Godwin eat up with Humphries and DeSean Jackson moving on. This year, nobody has vacated more targets than the Atlanta Falcons, a whopping 261, 67 more than the next closest team, the Jets, and nearly 40% of last year's total targets are now up for grabs. Will Gurley, who we talked about, grab some of that? Yes. Will, the Broad and Hayden Hurst take some of Austin Hooper's targets? Sure. But you have to imagine that our guy here, Calvin Ridley, is going to feast now with these guys gone. In only 3 games without Hooper last year, so just Hooper removed, not even the running backs, but Hooper removed, we saw Ridley go from a wide receiver 24 pace in fantasy football, 875 yards, 8 TDs, 66 receptions, 201 points or so. That's what he was on pace for with Hooper in the lineup. Without Hooper in the lineup, only 3 games, but this guy was on pace for 117 receptions on 171 targets, 1,701 yards, and 11 TDs. That's 353 PPR points, folks. That would have been the wide receiver 2, much better than Julio Jones if he was the only guy without Hooper in that lineup last year. So obviously you can't just say 3-game sample, it's going to automatically extrapolate to next year. No. But still, with a blazing 4.4, 340, beautiful routes that can just hit every single layer, just like I was talking about Sanders, but now a younger version of him. And you got Julio Jones, 31, always dealing with some sort of injuries. You never know how healthy Gurley's going to be. To me, Ridley's going to be bathed in targets like he's never been bathed before. And this guy has always dominated with the volume whenever he gets it. We've seen small glimpses of that. I think we're going to get a full season of it. Book it right now. The 2020 Chris Godwin is going to be Calvin Ridley, and you're going to want him on all of your teams. A Fantasy Wolf. If you haven't already, share your thoughts, check out some more videos, and join the newest Wolf Pack by subscribing below.